Hello, welcome to Cleveland. We are here for Coffee with the Commissioner with Dominik Cosic. Dominik, thanks for doing this.
Thanks for having me.
We are standing right in front of the Rising Star Coffee Roasters. I gotta tell you, I cheated. This is fantastic. I got a lavender latte here. We are gonna head upstairs for a conversation with Coffee with the Commissioner. So Dominik, thank you for doing this. I really appreciate it. I know we're here for you to ask me questions with water with the Commissioner and coffee. I do have some coffee here, but before that, just tell me a little bit about your journey to Cleveland State.
Yeah, so ultimately when I was going through the recruiting process, I just wanted to stay somewhere close to home. I really never thought about coming to Cleveland State initially. My mom went to CSU.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, so she's a Viking alum.
Oh, that's awesome.
And that was kind of the reason I looked into Cleveland State. And then, like I said, I went through the whole journey and realized CSU is a place I want to be.
So you told me earlier you grew up pretty close, about a half hour away.
Yeah.
So knowing your mom's an alum, did you come to campus then, growing up? Like how many times had you been to campus
honestly.
before? Okay.
We would just drive because 90 goes pretty much wraps around campus.
Right.
So we just always drove by, saw Rhodes Tower all the time.
Right.
I was like, oh, well, CSU's there, but we never actually really went on campus. And then, like I said, I saw it for the first time, then brought my parents along with me. And my mom was like, wow, I mean, none of this was here when I was there. And she was like, the improvements they've made have been absolutely incredible.
Yeah, campus is terrific.
It's unbelievable.
As I was driving in, you see, to your point, Cleveland State's part of the Cleveland skyline. Very noticeable, which
absolutely.
is, we talk about this in the Rising League, we are in major cities. We're right now in a very cool building called the Arcade, which I found out is a hotel along with businesses, including coffee shops. But yeah, the campus is, even though it's in a city, there's also a very clear identity, I think, of the campus.
Absolutely. My favorite part of campus is like watching games at Krensler Field. You can see that whole skyline in the back. Never seen that at any other college campus. So when I saw that, I was
That's
like,
really
wow,
special.
This is definitely unique to CSU.
Now you don't golf in the city, though.
No.
How far out is your?
Where
you all play?
Our home course is about 20 minutes west of here.
Okay.
But we play literally all over Northern Ohio.
Oh, that's exciting.
So yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah.
All right, enough questions from me. I know that's not the deal, so thank you for being here. And I'll pass the baton to you
Love
for
it.
questions.
So it's your first time in Cleveland?
Definitely not my first
No?
time in Cleveland.
What would you say your favorite part is?
Oh gosh. I was telling Bridget, one of our staff members, is it 4th Street where they shut it down and there's restaurants?
Yep.
And I've been to dinner there with a lot of Cleveland State staffers when we were here for softball championship last year. But I just think that whole vibe is great. I also love I was here for the Women's Final Four, so I spent a lot of time. I toured the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Museum with my parents, who I think they wanted to spend 2 days there, not 1 day, because they just were, it took you through every decade. What an awesome museum. And then I just think the waterfront. I mean, it's a pretty special city when you're on a Great Lake, and it's beautiful.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Cleveland's so much fun. There's always so much you can do around here.
Right? What's your favorite part?
Oh, man. Honestly, just being around the city, like being in that city environment. Like you said, we have 3 major sports teams.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the numerous amount of times we'll be sitting on the couch and then just buy a last-minute ticket and walk to the Browns game or Cavs or Guardians or whatever it is.
Right.
It's just having that rush of being able to go where you want to go, when you want to go. Like,
That's amazing.
I love it.
And you're adding a 4th sports team in
sure
a few years with the
are.
WNBA. Have they named the team yet?
They
I haven't heard.
yet.
Okay.
No, but that's going to be exciting too.
I'm a season ticket holder for the Fever.
Okay.
And I've become a fan of all the other teams. I love this expansion that's happening, but Cleveland deserves it. You all are a sports city.
Yeah, 2028, I believe.
That's right. Yeah.
Can't wait.
That's
it's going to be a good one.
Yeah.
So, commissioner duties, what would you say you're prioritizing this year for the league?
That's a good one. We talk about this. There's like 2 tracks. There are the issues that we can really affect and control within the Horizon League. And a couple of years ago, we talked about the Horizon League experience. So when you go to one of our campuses to compete, what are the basic pieces you can expect from a hospitality standpoint, from an officiating standpoint, in your case, a course readiness standpoint? So we spent some time to make sure that it wasn't just our championships where we put a lot of time and attention, but as a staff, we worked with our campuses to say the regular season matters too, obviously, as we build towards that pinnacle experience. So I think now we want to just double down on that, make sure we're carrying through on what exactly is this major experience that we're trying to provide. The other big pieces right now is our ESPN negotiation is underway, and that is such a huge platform, not just for the sports, but I think for our universities, because I think last year it was like over 50 million minutes of competition was watched, and those are counted minutes. That's not an estimate, right? So those are real numbers. And you think about that, and we're running PSAs of our universities on there, so people are getting exposed to what's happening, not just in the athletics department, but across the campus. That's a big partnership and opportunity for our league to be on the ESPN family of networks. Negotiations are underway. You know, it's confidential, so I can't give all the inside scoop on it, but I'm excited about where we are both right now from a digital standpoint as well, which is the industry is just booming, but then also, of course, the more traditional over-the-air games, primarily in basketball, that we have on the ESPN networks. But that's making sure that we solidify that for the next iteration of our media rights. It matters. So that's a priority. And then with outside of the league, there's a lot happening nationally. I don't have to tell you that. And our schools all opted in to this NIL agreement in this new world of NIL as part of the House settlement. So we've been spending a lot of time behind the scenes helping them with that. What does this mean? And then making sure that we're giving them the resources and the help to just try to make it as seamless as possible as they transition.
How is the Horizon League going to support their student athletes with the whole NIL agenda going on?
Yeah, you know, a few years ago, we launched this partnership with Open Doors. I don't know if you took advantage of that. You would have been a freshman. And through that, we had over $800,000 worth of transactions happen on Open Doors. And they weren't some of the higher profile student athletes. It was student athletes, frankly, who were more entrepreneurial. So I would say that was phase one. Some schools are continuing that, whether it's Open Doors influencer, what vehicle makes sense. Now that we moved into where schools can do direct NIL deals with student athletes, we've transitioned to, frankly, working with the general counsels on every campus, and they meet now monthly to work with what's that NIL agreement look like. That's sort of a standard template that can be used. Of course, each school tailors it, but making sure they've got the resources. And then two, really trying to think creatively about, all right, as the NCAA rules start to relax and we can do more, what are some ideas that we could take and implement league-wide? Like if, in fact, we're allowed to actually do patches on uniforms. What makes sense there? And then what would really be creative where we could license back some opportunities for student athletes, right? I think now that we're talking to sponsors, we're having more open conversations about not just the league and how we can help the sponsor's brand grow, but how can we be really creative with inviting some of our student athletes into that mix. It's early, but I know there's got to be some space there.
I'm sure it's a whole lot of work also.
It is, but it's fun work. I mean, to your point, like, we're here for you, and we have nearly 4,000 student athletes in the Horizon League, which is awesome. I know it's around 300 here at Cleveland State, and we're here to try to help you all be successful, whether it's on the course, in the classroom, or how do we make this a real Division I experience for you?
We appreciate your hard work.
We're trying.
Let's see. Fun question.
Yes.
Your favorite ice cream spot in Indianapolis?
Well, so I live in Carmel, which is like a north suburb, and might be disappointing. This isn't a paid advertisement, but like half a mile from my house is Baskin-Robbins. So we have a family friend who says anytime a parent is alone in a car with one kid, you got to do an ice cream stop. To the point, the owner of Baskin-Robbins, every time we walk in, she knows us.
Really?
So that's where I frequent the most. I mean, of course, I grew up near St. Louis, and Ted Drew's is anybody in the St. Louis area. It's like, oh, you got to go to Ted Drew's. It's now close to my sister's house.
Oh, really?
So we can walk. Whenever we visit her and her family, we walk to Ted Drew's. So that would be my more probably interesting answer.
Love it.
But yeah, Baskin-Robbins is our family go-to.
I came down to Indy for the Horizon League SAC.
Yes.
We all walked over to Kilwins.
Oh yeah, Kilwins is
Absolutely
great.
incredible. Highly recommend it.
Kilwins also has fudge. They've got everything.
They have the whole everything.
Yes.
We walked in, we were like, "Wow, this is incredible."
We'll have to talk to them about sponsorship. I didn't realize that a
So
group of
good.
SAC members handled that.
We did.
What other fun pieces did you guys do as you walked around Indy? Because I know you were on a bit of a scavenger hunt.
The scavenger hunt was fun.
Yeah.
It was fun seeing the city. Like driving into the city, it didn't really look like there was much to do until you're like actually in the middle of it. But yeah, did the scavenger hunt. That was really cool. And I just walked around. Obviously, the arena, the Pacers and Knicks were playing, I believe. So that was fun being in the city for that environment.
Well, not finals, but we were. It was.
Yeah.
That was
It was
fun.
a lot of fun.
Right?
Yeah. A lot of people, a lot of energy. It was super cool to see.
That was a great time. Did you guys head over to the White River area, like NCAA headquarters?
We did.
A lot of people
We did.
forget, like the NCAA is headquartered there.
It's right there, yeah.
We're the only Division I conference, not only in Indianapolis, but in the state of Indiana. And then you think about that, there's 32 conferences across the country. So because of that, it's every time a Final Four comes to Indy, which the men's is coming this year, women's in 28, Horizon League with IU Indianapolis gets to be a host.
Really?
So our
kidding.
staff, it means a lot of work, but it's also a great experience to be part of a mega event like that.
Yeah, the NCAA headquarters were part of the scavenger hunt.
I thought I remember seeing some social media posts with
Yeah.
that in it. Yeah, as a backdrop.
I would have thought the building would be bigger. You would think headquarters,
Right.
NCAA, huge thing, but I mean, it was kind of super low key, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, that is. You're right.
But yeah, it was super interesting to see, definitely. So what was your road to being the Horizon League Commissioner? It seems like you have a whole lot of background information
It's
that leads up.
It's been a bit of a winding road. So I also, as a student athlete, I played Division III basketball.
Okay.
Had a great experience. Didn't know there were careers in sports, like Kelsey Gorey and her entire team at Cleveland State. Didn't see that. Didn't fully grasp that. However, I got an application for a scholarship with the NCAA. Also included was an internship application, and so I applied, and then I was a full-time intern at the headquarters in Kansas City for a year. Good time to be an intern because they had announced the move to Indianapolis, so a lot of job opportunities because people weren't making the move. So then I got hired full-time. Ended up staying there 15 years, got my law degree at night, changed jobs a few times along the way. Last area was in major infractions division. Somewhat negative. You caught a lot of people on their worst day because you're investigating a rules violation. So I left, I went into private practice and then joined the conference office 11 years ago. I can't believe it's been 11 years. And it's great because it's a lot more positive. There's still hard days and tough issues. But also, like today, I get to hand out pretty remarkable awards to people like your entire department that earned our McCafferty Cup. So there's that pieces, but it's interesting too because I get to work on a media agreement that matters for exposure. We work on mental health issues and figure out how can we help and support our student athletes. And then of course championships, making sure we're doing the best we can to give you guys that special moment. So conference office has definitely been my favorite stop along my career so far.
Love it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a fun journey.
It is. Well, thanks for being a leader on our SAC too. We appreciate it.
No, I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah,
it's great. Love working with the other student athletes, especially across the conference. It's one thing to work with them at CSU, but across the conference is a whole nother fun level.
Yeah, I love our spring meetings when the student athletes come in. It's sort of like the first day of school where you don't know everybody. And 2 days later, you guys are all fast friends.
Yeah, no kidding.
And it doesn't matter what sport, what school, you can see those connections have really been built in a short order. And then you guys go to work, right? I mean, over the course of the year, I know you're meeting and working on some pretty important initiatives.
Yeah, the group's great. We all bonded super well when we were down there. So it's fun to keep in touch and kind of follow them in their sports journeys and whatnot. But yeah, it's been super cool experience so far, to say the least.
Good. Well, we appreciate it. Fantastic. Any final questions?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. Well, thank you.
I don't think. Yeah.
Appreciate this.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Okay.